Now, thank you very much. Calm down. Now, songstress Beverly Knight will... here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. The thing I've noticed about this show, and I've been on it before, is that there's always a few comedy characters in the Paul R. Grady audience. They're a right motley bunch, aren't you? So I'm actually going to come and talk to you. I'm going to come out there, and don't be scared. It's all right. Hello, my friend, how are you? Leave it, then, I should be on. I'm on the dole. Hello, love. You all right?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Win.
Your name is Win?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Romford.
Romford? Yeah. So have you had a long journey?
Fairly long.
I like your hair. Can I say, have you come on a motorbike? I'm only joking, love. Hello, darling, how are you? It's just nice to see you. You've got brown makeup on your face, just rub it in. Treat it like blusher or something like that. Have you got a joke for us? See, because they're pretty funny, the audience. Have you got a joke for us?
All right.
Oh, no, man. The benefit people are watching out for me, Len. What are you talking to me for? OK, you're hopeless. Usually you're really funny. Hang on, I bet this guy with the hat. I don't quite know why there's all these people with a hat on. It's a cunning disguise, whoever you are. Have you got a joke for the people at home, my friend?
Yeah, I went to the dentist. I said, have you got anything for yellow teeth? He said, have you tried a brown tie?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, whoever you are, mystery audience guest. But then, hang on, there might be somebody else. There might be somebody else. I'm going to ask this old gentleman in the cap here. Hello, old sir.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Yes,
I'm very well. How are you?
Nice to speak to you, actually.
It's nice to speak to you, Sue. Have you got a joke for the people at home, old man?
Yes. My wife walked into the butcher's. She said, is that a sheep's head in the window? He said, no, it's a mirror. That's a cracker.
Ladies and gentlemen, these people are, of course, Roy Walker and the almost legendary Frank Carson. Give them a round of applause. Now, while I bring these two old-timers up to join me, here's a look back at a very special show called The Comedians that launched their careers. Watch this.
Special announcement here. Here is a gentleman by the name of Pharaoh, who was last heard of 2,000 years ago. Please report to the British Museum, where your mum is very poorly.
I was sitting in the cafe and he spills all his soup in his lap. And he shouts, "Manager!" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "There's a soup in my flight." He's sorry.
Come here, Flower. Let's have a word with thee. I says, what's the matter with thee? What aren't they talking? What are you, little life and soul at party? What's up with thee, old love? He said, well, I said, I tell thee, I've got to talk to somebody. He said, I've been to the doctors. He said, and I've got 6 months to live. I said, cheer up, it'll soon pass.
The late Charlie Williams there. Now, guys, that was a clip from The Comedians. Could you explain, Frank, to the people at home, for those of you, because there's kids watching this who won't know what that is.
Sure,
Could you explain what it was?
Yes, well, it was Johnny Hamp's idea, whom we all love and revere, who brought the comedians together. And he thought, by bringing all these comedians together in one show, that it certainly did bring the children into it, because a lot of them there have all grown up with it, didn't you? Yeah. So when he brought us all together to tell jokes, and I thought, in actual fact, I have it in, it's in the actual book of the comedians, where I said, this show will literally die on its backside. There's too many comedians.
Did you say that?
He did.
Famous last words.
Yeah, it was indeed, yeah. But it turned out that all the very funny men still around today, quite a lot of them.
And Roy, I've always been interested in how did you share the jokes out? Was there fighting over the gags?
Well, it was first on, first served.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first one.
How did it work?
Well, first of all, every comedian had to be different accents. So they're all from different parts of the country. But the number one thing he wanted, Lenny, was jokes.
Yeah,
he wanted jokes. Good, small jokes.
I heard they had them on big boards.
We did, yes, we did. We had them on big boards. I always remember the very first joke I told. I was in the Far East and I went into a restaurant and I ordered octopus. And he said, it takes 4 hours. I said, why 4 hours? He said, it keeps turning off the gas. Yeah.
Now, Roy, did you see it as a prestigious thing to be on The Comedians?
I tell you what, nowadays it was. There's so many of them. Quite a lot have passed away, actually.
Of course
but
they
Frank,
have, yeah.
he's 81. He's still going.
Frank's still here.
Yeah.
Manning's
I don't
nearly-
look like it, do I?
Not anymore.
And they're a lovely audience, aren't they?
Lovely audience.
Yeah.
We're going to Manning's wake next week.
Next week, they're doing a programme on Manning dying, and then on me dying, and him dying, and then when we die, they actually show the programme. Well, and hold the wait a minute, and hold on.
I have completely lost control of this
come here,
interview.
Lenny.
I have no idea what happens next.
It's being sponsored by Polo Grady, so when you die, you don't get paid.
Don't fall back. Oh, my God.
Hang on. I'm in control. Now, Roy, how long have you known Frank?
I've known Frank since I was 16 years of age. You know, he's the only comedian in the world, ladies and gentlemen, with a grease nipple in his chin. Nobody can keep up. He had a pacemaker fitted.
I have, yeah.
I can't
Every
keep
morning
up
I
with
come
him.
out, there's a fella runs in front of me. Or I'll tell you what. Every time I fart, the garage door opens.
See, Frank,
Aye.
any thoughts of retirement? Because you're 81 years old. You've been going a long time.
Yeah, 56 years this
56
year.
years, that's pretty good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but you don't. I think one of the beautiful things is when you walk along the street, anywhere in the world, it's the way you tell them, or it's a cracker, and that's a great feeling. And just, I crack the same
Hang on a
old
second,
jokes.
whereabouts in the world, apart from the British Isles, would they say
Brighton.
Brighton?
Yeah.
So if we're in Peru, if we're in the Peruvian jungle and you're walking along, some guy's going to come out and go, "Hey, Frankie."
I'll tell you what. If you want to get on in life, I would use that accent.
Would you? Now, Roy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You were on Catchphrase. Anybody remember Catchphrase?
Yeah.
Now, it ran for a long time, didn't it, that show?
14 years.
14 years, yeah.
I mean, it just seemed longer. And
Yeah.
did you ever... what was the worst catchphrase thing you ever had on there?
The worst one was the rude one, but everybody liked it in the end. Do you remember the rude one?
What was it?
It was actually the snake charmer.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody seemed to like that.
What did they say?
It didn't. It did something. One of the audience will show you.
Oh, all right. Did you ever run out of catchphrases?
Well, they did once. They were bringing them in from America in the beginning, and they had a motorbike bringing them all, carriers and what have you, and then they ran out. Some plane was delayed or something out there, so we just,
Made them up?
made them up.
Well, that's what you got to do. Now, Frank, I need to ask you something.
Go on.
And this is serious.
Serious.
Do you have any advice for young comedians starting out these days?
Oh,
Because
yes,
you're an
indeed.
old man of comedy now. You've got to accept the mantle.
Yes, well, I'll tell you what. There was an old comedian singer in Scotland called Sir Harry Lauder. He had about 8 songs and 9 or 10 jokes. I belong to Glasgow, just a wee dog indoors. And he had one great catchphrase. And that was, to any young comedian, if you're not working, work on your act. And that's the difference between a nobody and a star. Work on your act.
Okay, that's
Frank
good.
Carson,
Use a 10.
sober.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we can't let them go without a few more gags, can we? No. Okay, so I want you to take it in turns. Guys, please, if you can remember your favourite jokes, go for it.
This elderly couple were watching the lottery show on television. She said, "Darling, if we won, would you still love me?" And he said, "Yes. I'd miss you."
Hey, Ready, yeah.
One more.
True story. I was in the Far East. I bought these shoes actually in Taiwan. It said on the inside, made around the corner. I was in a pub and this fella came up and he said, "Can I have your autograph, Mr. Carr?" I said, "Certainly." I'm writing on the menu and the fella came from behind the bar and said, "Why are you writing on the menu?" I said, "Well, he asked me for an autograph." "What mean autograph?" I said, "Well, he's seen me on television and he wanted my name." He said, "UB Television?" I said, "Yes." He said, "What UB Television? Golf, football, rugby?" I said, "No, I'm a comedian." He said, "Oh, let me see you change colour."
I'm sure, do you know, I'm sure that hasn't been offended anybody at all watching. Roy, one more, and then we've got to go. One more.
Well, my favourite comedian, I'm sure one of Frank's favourite comedians was Chick Murray.
Oh, right.
And everybody knows his stuff. So I thought if I wrote one for him, it would be something like this. He said, I went to the doctors. I said, Doctor, I keep thinking I'm a moth. He said, I told you about that a fortnight ago. You need to see a psychiatrist. He said, well, I was on my way to the psychiatrist, and I saw your light on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Carson and Roy Walker, give it up. That's funny stuff. Thank you very much, guys.